How's it going, Paul? Okie dokie.
So the person who understands that stuff the best is Pavlo, I think. He wrote most of that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can offer too much insight into that. I mean, we can turn it on and try it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just see how we go. We got to get this thing set up first. So here we go. All right, in the prefect node, got to set up SQL. Server address. So, hi, Francis.
Hello, I'm just eavesdropping. You can ignore me.
Huh. PSQL FE sendals, no passwords applied. Oh, that's better. Weird. Prompt me for the password. Prefect SQL password. Has anyone used the setups, the Terraform script with the database?
Yeah, I've used the Terraform script.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with my SQL database.
Did you use the Terraform script to bring it up?
Yeah. Which one is it?
Isn't there a show command? Does the show command put the name of the database instance?
3571. Okay, so it's this one. You know, maybe I'll just use the old prefect database, which I'm pretty sure does work from last time I demoed. Yeah, that one works. But it probably means I can also skip this next step. I'm pretty sure I've already got the user created. 104. Okay, yeah. Oh, that was template form. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So the database is set up. Next step is to configure prefect. Okay, configure to listen. Thanks, John, for your change to make these localhost.
Oh yeah, just sidestep that problem.
All right. Set the auth token. And set the SQL configuration. Get that IP address again. Okay. All right, we're all configured. Configure the prefect cluster to connect to each. No, okay, so this is the storage. John, what happens if I don't set a primary field?
That's a good question. I actually don't know.
Who wants to find
I mean,
out?
I'm
I'm pretty
guessing a
sure.
config invalidation, right?
Yeah, so I think Omnibus won't write one by default, and then prefect will probably not start up.
Okay.
So
So
I
you
think
need to.
you just run the migration manually, right? Is that what you're saying,
We're
John?
just we're just talking about this flag here. Like, what happens if you were to not set Gitaly true, a primary true on any of the Gitaly nodes, and just say like, here are the nodes. Like, I don't care which one's primary. What would happen?
I'm pretty sure prefect won't start up. I think we have validation on config.
Yeah, I think you need at least one primary.
Is that something like just thinking about like future, like for GA, like, does it make sense for like a user to like configure that? Like, it seems weird that like to bootstrap the system, you need to designate something primary. Wouldn't it be better just to like,
Yeah, I don't think it should be necessary. Yeah, I mean, I think in the
Yeah.
future we could just remove that as if you, especially if we default to the right, if we do the failover election process, then we can just
Right.
ignore that and
Cool.
just let the discovery work. So that's a good point, though.
John, do you want to create an issue for that one?
Sure. This is for our reality after we have failover.
Yeah, leader election in a stable format.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at that today. I was like, because my thing automatically discovers which one's active, and I think the local one does too. So, I mean, do we really actually need it?
Copy that one, get one.
I guess it's only needed if you don't have a failover set up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can make that kind of optional once you enable.
I think we should just remove it, right? Once
Yeah, once we have failover kind of automatically enabled by default, we should remove it.
yeah, because that was just to get us this far.
Yeah.
It was never meant to be permanent.
Yeah.
All right. Reconfigure. All right. The Terraform script is so nice. Just being able to spin up all the instances really quickly.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Really nice, especially when you do a make clean and it wipes it out, and then you have to go and destroy them manually. That has been fixed because it irked me because I was like, oh.
I haven't run into that, but I nearly deleted the Gitaly directory because I was just like installed in the temp location. And I would have hit the same problem. Okay, we're connected to SQL. Excellent. So next step, configure the Gitaly nodes. Okay. Token. Oh, I haven't set a URL. Data. Okay. Okay. I'll run this on the other two servers now. We have some friends that are just in the house collecting some oregano. We successfully propagated. Okay, Gitaly 1 reconfigured. Now we'll just do this one. All right. So hopefully we don't have to restart because we used localhost this time.
Yeah, actually, I guess we can see if that works. It should.
Yeah. If this works, you can extend your merge request, John, to also remove this step because I noticed that this step was actually removed in your docs.
Right.
All right. Dial nodes. Oh, we're seeing transient failures. Okay, so that looks like the bug's not fixed. All right, let's see what happens if we restart nodes.
Is this prefect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, there's the prefect node here. So let's try restarting all these.
Well, James, before we restart the last one, oh, never mind.
Too fast.
I was gonna see if you look at the log. I guess you can still look at the logs, see if we got that same startup error. If you do a GitLab CTL tail Gitaly on one of the Gitaly nodes.
This one, yeah.
That was a speed of light race condition.
That was Australia lag time.
I thought you almost got me, but I my muscle memory had already hit it, and then I was like, the other reason I knew I'd already hit enter was the output was telling me I'd already hit enter.
Yeah. I don't see the same error message. That's weird. Okay. Because we used to get an error from the table flip library saying could not upgrade, but.
So it didn't actually reload properly. Is that what the problem is?
Yeah, there's this issue where because the default
the socket reuse thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't see it this time. But still, I guess had issues connecting, so that's weird.
Well, the first
wait,
line here says
what?
is localhost, right? You would have expected it to show a different host. Is that right?
Well, we use localhost all the way. So the default was localhost, and then James used localhost in the GitLab.rb, so it should have not had problems.
Oh.
Anyways, okay,
Let's see if
Wait, but if it's on
Interesting.
localhost, how is it going to talk to that host? That's the prefix node, right?
Yeah.
The other thing I
Oh.
did differently this time is I used the so these are the IP addresses 578.
Right, but the Gitaly nodes are sitting on localhost, and so they're not going to be listening to the internal or external IPs, right?
That's
you
true.
can't
but
reach it from outside that host.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So localhost is not even right.
Oh,
It should
yeah.
be the internal IP, I think.
Or just what was wrong with 0.0.0?
So yeah, this is what we changed, the listen address here.
Yeah, that's not going to work. That's prefix what
yeah.
it said. That's okay. Gitaly, what's the Gitaly listen address, right? Oh, it's actually trying to talk to. Wait, this is the Gitaly node or the prefix node?
This is the prefect config.
Okay. So
And then
that's okay, right? But is it trying
Prefect
to
is
talk?
on the same machine as GitLab, that's okay.
Right. Okay. That's so. What is the actual connection error? That this is 80005. That's trying to talk to. That's trying to talk to a Gitaly node, isn't it?
so the Gitaly listen address is
Yeah.
also
Yeah. So that's
localhost.
wrong. That's not. Can't be localhost.
So what was the issue with the everything address? This is all zeros. What was the problem with that?
Table slip complains because the omnibus default is localhost, so it's already bound to localhost, and then it tries to use 0.0.0.0 with the same port, and then it complains.
So let's see if the ping works for node 1 now that I've did we get any single successes? I may need to restart.
Yeah, yeah.
So, does this thing just keep going until it?
There's a timeout. It's like, I think 30 seconds or something. That's a
That seems
diagnostic
long.
tool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather just run it.
Oh, there's a success.
There's a sec. Okay, 1, 2, and 3 are. What's the other one complaining about? What's 110, 150? Wait, there's 2 of them that's complaining.
Yeah, that's weird that the success message lists all
So that's
three.
How come
wrong,
they're all
right?
served by
They're lying. It's lying. I
Gitaly?
think.
Well, don't we use the same configuration for
We
all the
do,
Gitaly's?
but that makes this output like so
That's
useless.
super confusing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess if we
Someone make
advise customers to use the same configuration file, then yeah. But if they were just going to only configure the storage for that Gitaly, then it might be useful.
But that's very impractical, Paul, because it means you can't treat you have to treat them like sort of pets rather than cattle.
It's fine. If you had more details on it and just saying like the host name at least, then that would have helped, right? 'Cause
I
right
guess it's
now,
got the
it's got that
IP
node there.
address.
Yeah, but still. All right. Well, it's a message is kind of weird. It's misleading. So it may not be success, may not be the right word. It just may mean this Gitaly node is configured with Gitaly 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah, and it's also confusing that it says like is served by Gitaly, like all the nodes are going to be
Yeah.
Gitaly. Like even though this
Right.
is Gitaly 1, like it's going to be
Right.
like Gitaly 1 is served by Gitaly 3 times, like with different IP addresses.
What is the virtual storage configuration? Can you show that really quick? What we're dealing with? So the tool should only really show. I think this is there's an error in the tool. We only care about Gitaly 1 as it pertains to the .5 host, and we only care about Gitaly 2 as it pertains to the .7 host.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I think we should at least just improve that error, that message, or just delete it entirely. Like maybe it doesn't actually belong in this node ping, right?
Yeah, exactly. It should only ping the relevant ones to avoid confusion.
Okay, well, I'm going to fix the rest of these nodes.
Yeah, I have to fix that docs thing.
Yeah, so it looks like we still don't have fix.
And I wonder if we should be recommending 0.0.0 if we don't have any kind of authentication set up or encryption between Gitaly. Like when I configured demo last week, I did the internal IPs just because I've been paranoid and I don't like, people potentially accessing the host from the outside. I will give an example. I was doing a test the other day, and I was trying to get. Somehow I configured my load balancer so that people could access Redis from the outside. So someone actually started messing with my Redis instance, and did some weird. You can do some random attack from Redis from external. So anyway, just wondering if we should just lock things down.
They
Must have
might
been some
not have
script kiddie.
internal IPs where they're hosting it though. Like we
Right.
should assume they're using public IPs as the worst case, right? And just advise using some kind of secure method like Gitaly auth or something.
I'm not sure who doesn't have an internal IP. Oh yeah, but you may be right. They may be on a corporate LAN.
Yeah,
so
you don't know what
it
kind of
doesn't
network
apply.
topology
Yeah, I
they
know.
have.
Okay. Now back on the prefect, no dull nodes. Let's enable automatic failover.
James, did you want to try the replication queue in SQL?
Yes. What do I have to do?
There's a couple of wire in here. Well, actually, it's an omnibus, so you'll have to hack the prefect config toml.
Right. Well, then I'll finish this prefect.
We can do that. Yeah, I can do that later.
And reconfigure. And then you linked me the docs, didn't you, in Zoom? Chat. Okay. Should I finish doing the GitLab setup first, and then we'll come back to this SQL? Or can we do it? Should we just do it now?
Yeah, we should just do it now, I think. Okay.
All right. So there's a migration thing.
I think if you just run that first command, it should do all of them.
Okay.
You just have to know what path it is.
Yeah.
Var opt GitLab prefect config toml, I think. Opt GitLab embedded bin.
What?
So prefect, it's in that binary is in opt GitLab embedded bin. So you either have to run that opt. I'm sorry, /opt GitLab embedded bin and then prefect. Yeah. I just saw the merge request being reviewed to make this run automatically, so hopefully we don't have to do this any longer. All right, that's nice. Okay, now we have to hack the config toml there, right? That var opt.
Oh, okay.
All right. Does anyone remember what the?
It's the DB. Oh, the DB's already in there. Okay, it's Postgres_Q_enabled with a D at the end. Yeah, that's right. Equals true.
And then do I have to restart?
Restart prefect, yeah, but not.
Do not reconfigure.
Reconfigure.
Just restart prefect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whew.
So,
This is easy. GitLab. Easy. Huh? There you go. All right.
how do we verify that? Is there a way to check the log to make sure that queue is actually enabled, or do you just
Just
hope that
trust
it
it.
works? You technically don't actually have to change that, but you can do it.
Things go funny though, like in the interface if this is
Yeah,
wrong.
that's true. Especially like clone URLs and things like that. But you can access the host without it.
It's true. It's true. But I figured I would.
Sure.
All right. Let's set up the data does. Prefect host. Token. Oh yeah, replace the external server URL. I don't understand why this step is here.
Well, it
I
should be
guess
earlier. Yeah, it could be earlier, right?
it could be earlier. I think this is more like a verify step because most people should already have like an instance up and running. Can someone make a note of that? I don't know. Is someone
Yeah.
taking notes actually?
I can start
Is
taking
anyone?
notes. I haven't been.
I'm just
Okay.
writing this
Can
sheet.
someone make sure that the other things have been like noted? Because I was assuming they were actually being written down. Was when I was asking, can someone take a note?
We got your back.
Thanks. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to watch this recording. Prometheus. All right. Scrape configs. Reconfigure. Verify. Oh, that's okay. I have to do this on each Gitaly instance. Can someone please add a note that this step here needs to be emphasized, that it's on each node? Because otherwise I would have just copied and pasted that straight into the main GitLab
Step
node.
7 on the GitLab config.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm presuming that's going to just pass if I run it. I forgot how long it takes to run this the first time.
Hey, James, can you copy that misleading output from the prefect subcommand while you still have it available? If you do, I want to paste that in the issue. It's
No,
gone.
go.
It went into the abyss.
Yeah, I guess I don't have long enough history in Tmux.
You got to buy some more bytes.
Oh, here it is. No. This was it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Can I slack that to you?
Slack it to me.
Let me just review the docs. Need to connect. Set password. Oh, maybe I already saved it.
That was weird. /password.
I think it must have gotten to like a weird cookie state while it was like restarting and redirecting me.
Okay.
Oh, fingers crossed. Okay. Oh, I'm not following the documentation. I'm now meant to check that GitLab shell can connect everything. Okay. All right. Happy days. Verify that GitLab can reach prefect. That one takes a little while, I think. And then from repository storage, we'll start setting things up. Expand. Hey, we can see prefect. That's strange. Oh, I know what I've done. So,
Oh, that failed, by the way.
yeah,
No, because
okay.
prefix only listening on localhost too.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that the same problem?
Yeah, and the other thing I've done is here I named the storage prefect when in the
You named the
setup of storage,
Prometheus.
I named
No.
this storage one on the prefect configuration because I'm trying not to use prefect to describe
Right.
a storage location because that's thoroughly confusing. So let's reconfigure this.
Well, we need to check your prefect config because
Yeah, I know it's like a local host
internal
listen.
IP.
But then I'm gonna have to like fix the other config.
yeah. Well, just change the. You could just change the config toml manually. Then, hey, don't if you. Anyway.
Yeah, I killed it.
Oh, okay. You can just fix the toml, right? You could change both at the same time. I don't know. Because it's just going to be localhost there. You could just change that.
Oh, okay.
You could just do 0.0.
Does the listen address need to be the same as well?
The
For
Prometheus?
Prometheus?
Probably, because you're
Yeah.
scraping it.
Yeah, because otherwise our dashboards aren't going to work.
Yeah.
I don't think we fixed that on the Gitaly configs either.
Did our documentation say localhost, or is that the default?
There was a pending merge request by
I
John
was-
to change that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
Got it.
overlooked that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna modify that.
And any mistake in those Gitaly configs is multiplied by 3. It's quite frustrating. Sorry, James.
I think when I was setting this up the other day, I got one Gitaly configuration right, and then I just copied the file into all the other nodes.
It's not a bad idea. All right, now everything's working. Health check's happy. This page can be reloaded, hopefully. Yes, storage 1, success. Let's create a project. Great. Let's check that it's on the right shard. Storage 1, excellent. So I think now we should pull up Grafana. Is that right? I guess the other part is also working out how to observe the SQL replication queue. I haven't actually set up Grafana, I don't think.
I don't know
Isn't
if
it set up by default, James?
Sorry?
Oh, you would have. Oh, sorry. I thought it was set up by default, but you may need to do this in order to get into to be able to edit.
Yeah.
Sorry, what are you gonna say, Paul?
I don't know if the Prometheus metrics are tied into the SQL implementation of the queue. I'm not sure if that was baked into the new version, the new implementation.
Right.
Okay. I would like to see the dashboard though that you've been working on. So my password's not secure
Admin, or you put in a new one. You put admin again. It'll take it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's amazing. Top marks, Grafana, top marks. All right, dashboards, create. Do I want to import it, Paul?
Yeah, import it. And then upload JSON file.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we should just put this on some snippet at the very least, because I think you can put a URL in the
Yeah, I
Grafana.
was gonna do that. I have it. There's an MR in the Grafana dashboard project,
Okay,
so
they can use
it'll
that
be
too.
in there.
Cool.
Yeah, should definitely use snippets more though.
Hey.
So that top left one is the one I need feedback on because I don't know if this is confusing or if this is better than what we had before. Because before we had lines going up and down. Now it just shows the most recent entry for a virtual storage where the counter is greater than 0. So if you look at the actual query, the query is really simple. It's just greater than 0 because we have all these different gauge values coming in from different Gitaly storages.
Right.
So
Is it possible to have a graph
Briefing.
and the query
Yeah,
one?
I think
'Cause-
that's what I was going to suggest. It's nice to have both because you like to know when the switchover happened, and you like to know what the current one is too.
okay, I'll add that in.
Because we use those, for the Postgres and for Redis, we have like those kind of those things, and it's very helpful to see. Because if they're flapping, you can see it too.
So thinking about this SQL thing, the best way to demo it, I guess we'd probably want to see stuff going into the SQL database. I wonder if I can just view that from Cloud Engine through their interface.
Before you leave that dashboard, what was that error on the top right panel?
On the top right, yeah. Is it not liking the? Oh, it doesn't like the data source. Well, how come the other ones were fine? Is it the wrong data source?
Maybe I goofed that.
Default? Does that change anything? Okay, that changes it.
Yeah, I don't know why
Strange.
it was set differently like that by default. I'll have to look into that.
All right, so it's there. Yeah, in the Google console, like this is my demo last week. Because we have control over our logging on Postgres, I just enabled full statement logging so I could see every SQL query. But obviously, I don't know if we can do that here. Maybe it's configurable to do that. But otherwise, you could I guess you could run a SQL query that constantly pulls the table too. That just keeps doing selects over time. I don't know. I assume the queue is going to be very small though.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, and I assume we're going to we pull from that quite frequently too. So it, even if you did select, you probably wouldn't see it grow very much.
I mean, the only way to do it would probably be to import a big repo, generate load that fills up the queue.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's something to try.
All right. Let's try implementing a project. Project. That might take a little while, but in the meantime, I guess I can set up the local environment to no, that's not going to work. This. I think my earbuds just dropped out. What was the snippet? Do you remember what it was? No, not that one.
Oh, the one to push all the refs?
Yeah, it was in the demo doc, I think. Okay. That was it. Push.rv.
Do we want a subcommand just for stress testing to do this sort of stuff without having to write a script and all this?
Not sure. The subcommand would have to know where the repository existed. Seems like, yeah, I'm not sure how you get around having to kind of get deep into the project directory or something.
No, excellent. Okay, it's been imported. No, root / GitLab. Yes. Okay. And then I need to use the demo remote. Okay. Git branch test 0. Push minus demo. Allow. Why is it uploading LFS objects? This is GitLab. I didn't think we had
GitLab?
LFS objects.
I think we used to, and if you have an old copy, is this an old copy?
Did you update Git recently?
This is like, I've been using this for the last couple of months.
I know somebody had pushed an LFS object at some point in the history, so it's possible that this is happening because in the history there is an LFS object.
I can probably disable type it. I mean, this is like
Yeah, I
in
wonder
sync
why.
with master git pull minus.
Yeah, we might have to look into that. I mean, first of all, why is it taking so long? It shouldn't even take that long, but
Well, LFS is probably not enabled for that repo, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but I wonder why it's just stalling out like that. Like, it should fail faster.
Maybe I can disable LFS.
Yeah, I think you can go in the repository settings, just go to the project, and I think it's under repository, or it's in general. I forget one or the other. It might be in general. No, I think it's in general. And there's visibility features. I think it's under and large file storage. Yeah, I think I ended up doing something like that too when I was trying.
Oh, I need an access token.
Are you trying to push it up locally? Is that?
I just need to push. Yep, get over HTTP. Copy. How do I set this? Oh, what? Why is LFS back?
Stan, is this the same thing that we were talking about in an issue where if you have your global hooks turned on for LFS and then you talk to a server that doesn't have LFS enabled, it gives you a permission error?
I don't remember what you're referencing, but I'm just still trying to understand like why.
There's
why
a
is
very
that
bad
happening.
error turned if you try to use LFS on GitLab with a server that does not support LFS. It gives you some kind of permission error when it's not a permission error. It's just a feature that's disabled.
Yeah, I think I saw that. That was an old issue. Okay, well that worked.
Push. Ruby. Push.
Yeah, it could be something
A.
like that.
Okay.
I'll try to dig up that issue and see if it's related.
Excellent. All right. We're generating load. So we should be seeing some stuff coming through here. Hey,
Oh, look at
this
that.
is looking.
Whoa. Is it really 9 minutes?
I guess that was the import job.
But it took 9 minutes to bring in that import?
I don't think that was that long. All right.
Should probably check that then.
So if we go to the SQL server, can I do a query? Databases. Can I use, no.
You can.
I don't know that I have an SQL client installed locally.
You do on those machines. You can actually.
Oh, yes, true. So,
Although I don't
I
know
go back
what
to,
permissions you need, but I guess you can just use whatever user the prefix user is using. But
yeah.
you must have set, but
The,
you had to set a password though to get into there, right? Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Okay, there you go. Is it just Postgres?
it's like prefect SQL password.
Right. All right. Now you need to
Um,
connect to the database. So /c, /c. I'm sorry. Yeah. Is it /c? I forget. Yeah, and then prefix
production.
_ production. Yeah, you can do tab. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think it does tab. Yep, there it goes. All
Great.
right. So do a /d plus. It tells you the tables.
T plus.
D plus. You had it right. Like D is in David. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can basically do a select star from application queue. That might be interesting to see if there's anything in there. Semicolon. Put a semicolon after that. Yeah. You don't have access to. That's going to be a
What?
problem.
Then nothing's going to be happening.
Well, is the right user being used? Is it the Postgres? Like, I'm not sure which user.
Oh,
Maybe
I
you
used the
granted privileges.
wrong. Yeah.
You can look at
Maybe
the
it's
config toml and just log in as
yeah, log in as the prefix. So we need a way to log into the
I
prefix
used the wrong
database.
user. Yeah. Prefect is what I should have used rather than Postgres.
Okay, let me write that down. Let me just mute myself here.
Yeah. Select star from. That's better. All right. Hey. Q.
Wow, that is so we're storing. I saw some JSON blobs, but
we're using
wow.
JSON B.
So it's 20. This is from a while ago, so I want to. Is there a way to get the last 20 records? I guess I
Yep. You can do order
sort
by ID descending, order by
Or yeah.
ID and then DESC, yes, space, and that should do.
Yeah.
Okay. In progress. So you see
Okay.
those two top ones. It would really be nice if correlation ID were by itself, but can you query JSON-B records?
You can. Yeah. You can index
Oh, look, there's
JSON-B.
one in
Oh,
a
really?
ready state.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Attempt 3, does that mean it failed?
Oh no, it counts down.
I see. Okay, so it has a
It's
maximum
more like
retry?
attempts remaining.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so the fact that there are some attempt 2 means that they've failed before?
Yes.
So does it mean replication's failing?
It would be nice to log the error in this queue too.
Let me see what's
if there
going
were
on in the
error.
Git reads.
I don't know. I think well, you see some completed with attempt 2. I think it decrements that counter when it starts.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
That's what I
So
suspect.
does it start at 3 always? Is that
Yeah,
the idea?
yeah.
Okay,
It's
so maybe it
default
goes
value
down
at
to
3.
2. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. That makes sense. Cool. Let's
That's
check
pretty
a look
cool.
at Grafana. Nice. Seeing pretty consistent replication latency. This must be seconds, not minutes. Because I guess this is the median is like 47.
Can you go to Explore, see what kind of data it's receiving? Or actually, we can just see the. No, on the panel. On the panel, there's a little drop down. Yeah.
Take a look at what units it says.
No.
If you go to edit,
Yeah.
then if you go to on the left,
On the little icon.
The second one.
Yeah, visualization. Then axis. Oh, it's on minutes. I think
so
it's
that's wrong.
seconds.
It's seconds.
The unit should be seconds.
Note.
Right there. Yeah.
There you go. So 10 seconds. That's much
That's
better. All right. Way to improve our metrics by changing the units.
This was copied from the prefect dashboard on GitLab.com, so we'll have to make a change there too.
Change that.
Yeah, I wonder if we're setting terrible metrics.
Nobody's looking at it.
Can we try a failover really quick? I want to see that value change in the top left to make sure that it gets updated.
Well, what I want to do is actually kill prefect and see like what happens.
See it continue?
Like, see if we can kill it and see it pick up. So Control D. So no, GitLab CTL. And then if we connect into prefect production, let's see if we manage to get something in flight.
Is your script still running, generating replications?
Yeah, it should be. So they should be failing now. Okay, so we've got one ready. Great.
ID 345.
So what happens?
So,
okay, so when you stop it, basically the pushes will stop too, right? Because you just
yes. So if we go back here, we're getting failures.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
And so if we GitLab CTL start prefect, 3, 4, 5 is now completed,
Cool.
but we haven't seen any more new ones come onto the jobs yet.
Is it? Yeah, I wonder why. Is it? Is
What's
your other
happening
window
over
pushing
here?
stuff? Is it still getting 500 errors?
Yeah.
Huh. Wonder why.
Could you tell prefect, James?
Yeah.
Yeah, did prefect like just not come back up? Oh, there
Oh
it
no,
is.
there's some
There
new
it is.
job
It just took
scheduling.
some time.
So
Cool.
just took
Oh,
some time.
Yeah, it just took them time to come up.
That's interesting. Well, that's nice. The job wasn't lost. It got completed. That's what we expect from this feature. You wanted to observe a failover, Paul.
Yeah, if you just shut down the primary.
Okay. There's the primary. Okay, something looks to have been failed over because the rights are continuing.
Oh, is failover enabled?
Oh, good question.
Well, it must be
Yeah, I
because
think-
these rights
yeah.
are succeeding.
Yeah, I think James, I think remember seeing you.
Oh, there it
Put
is.
that on.
Gitaly too.
Hey,
Okay,
look
cool.
at that.
Nice. I don't know if there's a way to do this in Prometheus or Grafana. It'd be really cool if that table, instead of an absolute time, it had last seen or last update on there. So you could see, oh, I haven't seen a change in this storage like a day ago or 5 minutes ago or 10 seconds ago, something like that. But I don't know if there's a way to do that. I don't have that Grafana wizardry to get that done.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that because I wonder if that's just something you export in as a Prometheus metric too, right?
Yeah, I think that's the way you have to do it. Your query has to expose the time difference since you last saw it, and I don't know how to do that with a Prometheus PromQL.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, with a combination of this and the flapping chart, that might be good enough.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking a lot because the when we have the SQL election thing, we do have the last when it was elected and last seen and all that. So we could expose all those things, and then your query would be really simple. You would just ask for it.
Are you muted, James? Or is my
I
audio
am
screwed
muted.
up? There we go.
Thanks for calling me out. I wonder if, well, like what kind of metrics we should have around SQL in Prefect, particularly like if we've got multiple Prefect nodes, like and they're coordinating, like they're each triggering different replication jobs. Like
I thought there's a lock. Is only one doing this or are
It's not possible.
multiple?
oh, that's a good question.
Because I see a table called replication lock.
Yeah, it should be only one prefect executing a given replication job.
Oh, but if there's multiple replication jobs, they can each take different jobs.
Yes.
Okay, they can both. What is this replication Q lock though? I guess I don't know what this. Can you just? And there's a job lock and a Q lock. What's the difference?
I think the job lock is once you've acquired a job, no one else can acquire that job until you've timed out or completed the job or failed it. You've changed state on it, right? The Q lock, I'm not really sure if is that per repository?
Yeah, this
It's
looks like a per repo lock so that you don't schedule multiple jobs per repo.
All right. Okay. And what about the replication? It's a job lock and a. Oh, that's the Q lock. Interesting. Okay. So that's empty. That's interesting. Oh no, there it is.
Oh, yeah. So while it's in progress, I guess it's taken the lock.
On that.
But there look to be 3 jobs simultaneously with the lock.
Yeah. What's up with that? All right. Well, these are all.
That's interesting. James, it might be helpful to copy and record
Let me take a screenshot.
these. Yeah.
So yeah, then the question is, so if you have multiple prefix, so are they all just going to try to get a lock for a specific job then, and then okay, so that's the idea, right? So you could have
I
multiple
think so. Yeah.
locks, and then specific jobs are locked down. I mean, these are different. So the replication queue job, you notice there are different jobs that are being locked, but I assume that because there's a replication queue lock, those are locking by repositories.
Yeah. But it seems like it shouldn't be possible for multiple jobs to have a lock on the same project. Like it looks to me like
Yeah, they
6,
triggered all
8
at the same
should,
time, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't think the fact that there's multiple rows means there's multiple locks. I think the entire table is acting as a lock, from what I understand, because each one of those is a different job. So I think you're only permitted to take one job at a time. There has to be some kind of lock state, right? Do we see anything here that indicates the entire thing is locked?
well, so the replication queue lock is, so you see that acquired true, that second line there. So that looks like, I'm guessing this is, the job lock is just, yeah, I don't exactly know, but I assume that this is like, they're just saying this is in progress, maybe, that they're locking that row for access and it gets cleared out as soon as it's done.
Yeah, it's just strange that there'd be duplicates. Like not duplicates, but like I would have expected job 5, 6, 8 to like the lock to be taken, which blocks new jobs from being taken. Or maybe what's happening is like
I think what it's
the
doing is that they're sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask like maybe it's taking the lock on like taking the lock in advance of when it's actually going to start doing the job.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, and then the replication queue lock is about locking on the repository, right? So
Yeah.
as each of them finishes, then it goes and processes that. Can you get into a state where you're just sitting on locks? Like your whole queue is just filled with locked repositories that take a long time to complete. So
Yeah, I wonder.
I wonder if you get blocked on like one repository.
Yeah, so like a prefect gets blocked up by doing replications on GitLab or www.GitLab, which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
slow.
That's what I'm saying, which is like, it's almost like denial of service. You just get in line, you hog everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so these are all questions. Maybe it's already all considered, but just from our observing of naively looking at this.
Who's
Great. Well,
James?
you go, Paul. What was that?
Who's doing the Friday demo?
I don't know.
I wonder if Pavlo will be available because he understands this better than anyone.
Also, I mean, Friday's Good Friday in a lot of the world, so a lot of people probably have Easter off. So I wouldn't expect many people in Europe to be able to join. All right. Well, sorry for going over. This was really interesting and informative. This is the first time I've, I guess, like gotten to poke the SQL parts. So looking forward to this being.
I'm wondering what other metrics we need to kind of give more observability, because we shouldn't expect people to be doing this, right?
Yeah.
But that's another question.
There should probably be some kind of low-level middleware where we can just see raw SQL statistics, right? That might be useful to understand what kind of stress we're putting on the database. Maybe that's a good first approach because that'll catch just everything.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should actually do query the database occasionally for these statistics, right? Like, I want to know how many are in the pending state, for example, right? Like whatever state we're calling it, ready, I think it is.
Yeah.
And I put a question on indexes because I don't see indexes on the table. So if we want to count the number of ready over time, this table is going to get really big. And
No.
The other thing I was thinking is it would be really nice to see like throughput, like the number of replication jobs being processed like per second. So you can just see that things are running. Like, as you can see that like there are jobs in flight, but I mean, there's only one at a time, but like, it's not actually telling you the rate at which things are happening.
Mm-hmm. We can actually get that from because we already have a histogram of the latency. So we have a count.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And it'd be really cool to see that per prefect, because I think the other thing we like stand once yours is merged. Like, we want to be doing this with 3 prefects. So we need to like understand the replication queue behavior, not just across like one node, but like all 3.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Well,
super cool. Well,
thanks everyone.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks for demoing, James.
No worries. See ya.
Take it
Bye.
easy.